Hello, sugar-free jelloers. I'm so excited about this. I cannot tell you. Guess what I'm making? I'll give you a hint. There's a lot of chilies in it. One other hint. I'm making pozole. I'm so excited. We're gonna do everything from scratch. I'm gonna bring you with me. We're making chicken stock from scratch. We're making soup. We're making salsas. We're doing the whole bit. And I'm so excited. Hi, honeys. Okay, we're starting with chicken stock. So my hands are really clean. I have organic chicken legs, and then this pack has a couple of breasts in it. Everything has bones. We want bones. We are, Alexa, volume 2. We are making chicken stock from scratch because it is going to make our soup so much more delicious than if we use boxed stock. In addition to that, it's cheaper, it's better. You get to control every single ingredient you throw in your soup. It's gonna be the bomb. So essentially, I'm doing a cheat. I'm gonna do this in an Instant Pot. You can do this on the stovetop. It'll take an hour or so to cook your chicken down. I'm gonna do this under high pressure with some onion, some garlic, a couple of things that's gonna make our stock really delicious, but you know, just a base. We don't wanna flavor it too much. We're gonna do that with all the salsa and the chilies and all of that. So I'm gonna cover this in water, cut an onion up, do a little bit of garlic. I think I have a bunch of serrano, so maybe I'll throw one in there too. And then we'll have a beautiful stock. We'll pull all of our chicken, we'll discard the bones, and then we'll have all of our shredded meat to throw into our weeknight pozole. What a gift. Okay, let me show you what we're looking at here. All this beautiful chicken. You leave the skins on your onions. It gives it a beautiful, deep, dark color in your stock. We want that. We don't mind that. Jalapeno going bad. Use what you have, honey. It's gonna flavor our broth really well. A couple of cloves of garlic. I'm gonna cover this just to the water line, so I'm doing it in an Instant Pot and then we'll seal it. I don't know how long I'm gonna do it for, 40 minutes? Maybe less. I'm gonna Google it to make sure, but we wanna just wait till that chicken is falling off the bone. Our stock is deep, it'll be beautiful. No more than an hour for sure. Okay, let's talk this through. I have a lot of thoughts. Chiles, dried. I did a lot of research about this. So I want to first preface by saying, I have no idea how to do this, but you know what I do know how to do? Inject a ton of flavor into food in a quick amount of time. So that is what we're gonna do. I read to get all the seeds out. So here's the deal. I have done so much research about this the last few days. There is a lot of different ways for you to make pozole. This is my garbage bowl, by the way. You need one of these to eliminate your trips to the garbage can, okay? Pro tip. But there's a lot of different ways to make it, and you can make it based on your region. Sometimes it's topped with radishes and oregano. Other places they top it with iceberg lettuce. It literally depends where you come from. I'm going to make a hybrid of both because that's what I want to do. So mine is going to be topped with avocado and radish and queso fresco and cilantro and all kinds of stuff. I literally went down the Latino aisle at the store and found all these chilies. I know that guajillo, I might be saying that wrong, and arbol, chile de arbol, is the ones that go in this. And then I found these other anchos, and I'm like, how could it hurt? So first step of what we do here, I'm gonna put this whole puppy in there because I want it. I don't want to waste this. The first step is you're gonna rehydrate your peppers. So we're essentially bringing this back to life so that we can create a salsa. So that's why I'm throwing my peppers in here. You cannot see that, but we're gonna cover them with water, put a little bit of garlic, and then we're gonna put hot boiling water on top of it, or you can just put water and then heat it up 20 minutes, cover it. The peppers will become soft again and totally hydrated. Then we're gonna blend them up. Maybe we'll throw them through a strainer first. I'm not 100% sure. These are where the heat lives in these arbol. See, I'm just pulling the seeds out because I want to do a lot of peppers. I'm not counting anything. I'm not using a recipe. I read a ton of recipes and I'm kind of just doing what feels good to me. And this is how I learned to cook. So after we make this batch of pozole, if it's too salty or too spicy, then we adjust. And that personally is how I remember to cook better in the future. Does that make sense? How I taught myself how to cook. So traditionally this is made with pork. I am not gonna do pork today, I'm gonna do chicken. So I already have the Instant Pot full of 2 chicken breasts and like 8 chicken legs with the bones in, covered in water with a bay leaf, onion, jalapeno, some garlic, and we're making homemade chicken stock. Then all of that chicken's gonna be ready really quickly. I think I set it for 40 minutes. And then we'll shred all the chicken and we'll throw it into this beautiful base that we're gonna make. So the stock from the chicken will be our base, and then this salsa is going to be blended. I want it to be kind of thick. I read a bunch of recipes. Some of them are super thin, some of them are thick. I want mine to be kind of thick. So that is what I'm going for tonight on my first attempt at pozole. I'm so excited. See, this is dry. It's still a little bit squishy, but it's not. So we rehydrate. Peppers. Okay, if you've been at Sugarfree for a while, you know how we do this. We want to inject a ton of flavor in our soup, a ton. A really easy way to do that is sear our vegetables or saute our vegetables before we put liquid in. So that's what we're doing. Again, this is not traditional. I'm using what I have in my fridge, which is a ton of celery. I have a jalapeno here. I have a bunch of onions. We're always gonna do a ton of garlic. Like, I read one method that says they use 26 cloves of garlic. That's where I'm leaning. I have carrots. I have a red bell pepper. I'm gonna get all of that going down in a big Dutch oven with a little bit of oil. I might use butter, I'm not sure. Probably avocado oil. And we're gonna sear down our veggies just one thing at a time. So kind of like a trinity with the bell pepper, onion, celery, carrots. Anything that looks good to me, we'll throw a jalapeno in there. I want some raw for the top too. So we'll do that. And then once we have all of that kind of translucent and cooked down, then we'll start to spice it up with salt and pepper. And by that time, my chicken stock should be done. Then we'll add the hominy. I'm so excited about it. I can't tell you guys. So I'll show you every step. Whoop. Okay, so I got a little bit of help from my friends, don't we always? And I got some advice from my friend Jen. She is from Mexico, so anytime I make something that's Mexican based, she's like, okay, let me ask my mom and let's go through all of this together. So their family eats it with tons of oregano, radish, onion, garlic. So here was her advice to me. Use tons of onion, tons of oregano, and tons of garlic. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna chop up 2 onions just to go in my soup base. I also quartered an onion with my peppers, my chiles that I'm bringing back to life in the pan on the stove now. And then I also put an onion, actually I did 2 onions in the chicken with the chicken stock. So this is gonna be an onion heavy dish. If you're not into onions, you're wrong and you need to try again because I promise they're delicious. Okay, so this, I already have celery down in the pot. I did like 3 teaspoons of avocado oil just to get started. That should be enough because as the vegetables kind of get going, they get a little bit sweeter and they render, and the salt, you throw salt and pepper on them and then they just kind of cook down and get sweet and delicious, and that's what we're looking for. Let's chat about why I'm such a big fan of a garbage bowl. In fact, this garbage bowl is way too small. I need like a gigantic garbage bowl because we be making a mess out here. So when you have a garbage bowl on deck, you don't have to be over the washing machine, the trash can. You can just do it right here on your chopping board. It is so awesome. It makes my life so much easier. All the onion peels and the carrots, the celery. And so what happens is I saved most of them. I just threw that away, which was a terrible example of sugar-free. But these carrots and all of this from my celery bottoms, I will save and throw into a scrap bag in my freezer for the next time I make bone broth. We make tons of broth around here in this house. We do seafood stocks and all kinds of stuff, and you'll see it eventually. But see, this is perfect for when you're making stock and cooking overnight on your stove. You want all those scraps because they are not trash. They are magical. We just eat them in things where they benefit. So I'm peeling my carrots. I can't talk. And then we're gonna chop them and I'm gonna throw them in the pan with the celery, the onion, the jalapenos. I'm gonna talk into that because I don't like, so get ready for it. Bell pepper hack, y'all ready for this? Bell pepper, you can chop it or you can pop it. And you don't lose any of your pepper this way. You just pop the top in and then you get the whole pepper. What a gift. Garbage bowl, soup stock. You can shake out your seeds, that's it. I'm gonna chop this up really pretty. Throw it in my pot. While I chop my pepper, let's chat a little bit about this. So, like I was saying, pozole. You can make it in so many variations. You could do green pozole, you could do it with pork, you can do red pozole. I read something today that there's like a white pozole. I don't even know what that's about, but I am interested. So, the way I cook in my kitchen is by using what I have. So, I go to the grocery store and load up my cart with beautiful produce. And I buy it, and then all week I look at it and I'm like, what can I do with that? What can I do with that? And it inspires me to do more. And there are no rules in the kitchen. I just want to remind you, cook what you love. When you use a recipe, which I know some people need to, but when you cook based on a recipe, it's so rigid. I can also be very rigid in my life, for the record. But then you have to buy all these ingredients and it's just Not as fun as using what you have in your fridge. Do red bell peppers go in pozole? No, I have researched this very much. But I want veggies in my soup. I had it, I'm into it, we're doing it. No rules in your kitchen. I'm so excited. Oh my God. So beautiful, man. Okay, hominy comes in a can, yeah? I was also told by Jen not to buy the HEB brand. She says it's gross, so. This was the only option unless I was gonna buy a gallon of hominy, and we are not into that. So a little bit goes a long way. I am going to open this can, which you all know how to do, but maybe you wanna watch me do it. And in my garbage bowl, we're gonna strain all the liquid off. So what we're left with, hello, is this really cool puffed corn. Have you ever had hominy? It's delicious. It's gonna be even more delicious in this super spicy chicken posole. That's it. Look at it. What a gift, I'm excited. Okay, here's where we are. Gorgeous. All my veggies are cooked down. We seasoned them because we season every layer. A little bit of salt, fresh cracked black pepper. That's it. Now, hold please. We're gonna throw our hominy in. And I'm gonna turn this down really low, and now we're gonna blend our salsa and then add it in. Our chicken's almost done. Okay, where are we in the process? We got all of our veggies cooked down. We have hominy in a big Dutch oven. It's cooling now, it's chilling. My chicken stock just went off. I'm letting it manually release pressure, okay, because we don't want it to come too hot. And then look at my chilies. Totally rehydrated, they're really hot. So when you make this salsa, you leave all of the juice in with the peppers and the onions and the garlic. We cannot blend this yet or else it's gonna go everywhere because it's way too hot. But this is where we're at right now. I'm about to blend it and it cools down a little bit more. It's not too hot. Anyway, I don't wanna have an explosion. Look at all my peppers. They smell so good. We're leaving all the liquid. We got onions, we got garlic. We're blending it up and then we're gonna strain it if we need to. If we need to. Have you ever done something that you just know you're gonna regret? This is for sure one of them, but I'm recording it because I hope it's great. I'm nervous. See, it's overflowing, son of a bitch. Hello, hi. Is this the best idea I've ever had? No. This is a huge, it's as big as me, strainer. I have it perfectly placed here. That's a joke because it's not perfect. You know what? Hold on. You know what my favorite thing about cooking with y'all is? My dog just watches me over there like my audience, like I'm an insane person. It's so cute. Okay, look, massive strainer. Why do I have this? I don't know. Mount, I don't even know. Okay, is this my best idea? No, but we're doing it anyway. So I have all of this beautiful chicken stock from my Instant Pot. And in an effort to make my life easier, I'm gonna pour it directly. Oh, it's splattering. Oh shit. Make it work. Use what you have. Into my soup pot. Ugh. Sometimes I'm really smart. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I am. Look, now all the beautiful chicken stock is just there. And I have this on standby. Now we're gonna pick all of our chicken. Look. Oh my gorgeous. I wish y'all could smell it. Now look at this. We have a chicken picking station, okay? Genius. It's beautiful. It smells beautiful. All the onion skins and everything's in there. No big deal. This will be my trash. This will be my chicken. I'm gonna use tongs or something because I don't want to burn my hands. Although I have a pretty good... I'm thinking this through. We're gonna pick the chicken and we're gonna drop it in the soup, okay? And that's it. Now look at this. Gorgeous. All my veggies cooked down. We have that fresh. Do you see this stock? Honey. The best shortcut of a lifetime for any super stew is to make your own stock. It is so easy and it is a game changer. Okay, listen. This is probably still a really bad idea, but... Oh God. What's gone wrong? If I broke my food processor, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, I got really tired of waiting and I made a huge mess. But like, this has been cooling for a long time. I have stuff to do. I have dishes to do, okay? I made a massive mess. You can't see that, so why am I talking about it? It's hot. It's delicious. So now we're gonna strain this into this bowl. It's not as thick as I wanted it to be. Hold, please. You see where we're going with all this? Can y'all see? Kinda. There's like seeds and a little bit of skin from the chilies and stuff, so I just wanna push this through. Okay, you don't want the blade in there, so certainly get that out. Hello, honey, we need you for other things. Okay, look. So if you just push it through, I know this is an awful, I made such a mess. I love it. Okay, so we'll just push it through the pulp. You see where we're going here? In fact, maybe this won't be awful to have in my soup. Taste as you go. Okay, now we're in a way better position here. So look, you see the pulp? We're just pushing it through the bottom because I don't want all that skin and stuff. It actually doesn't bother me. I'm just doing this because it's what most of the methods said to do. Because we don't want all the seeds and stuff in there. I get it, I'm fine with it. So this is my salsa. And then, I tasted this like 4 times, but it's spicy. Want to taste as we go. We're gonna want to salt that for sure. So then look what you're left with. Pulp, pepper pulp. Just throw it in our garbage bowl. Okay, here's where we are. We've got our salsa and we've got our soup. Oh my gorgeous. I'm doing all of it. No rules. We're doing all of it. Okay, I'm about to pick the chicken. And I can already tell you, this needs salt. I'm gonna put cumin and oregano and lime and pepper and obviously all the chicken. But we just taste as we go. I didn't want anything to be too salty, so I waited till the end. It's beautiful so far. It's delicious and deep. I'm gonna cook it a little bit on low because we want those peppers to cook off a little bit. And then, what am I missing? There was something I was gonna, I should have put more hominy, but look at us learning for next time. Okay, honeys, we're getting really close to the finish line. Look at this. My chicken's just gonna fall apart. We wanna make sure we get all the bones out though because we don't want any bones in our bites later. Yeah, this is really hot. So let's chat through this. I just put all of that salsa into my big soup pot. My hands are clean. My hands are always really clean, okay? If your hands aren't clean, you need to wash them and then start over. Ooh, look at this. Like, look at what I'm talking about. Did you see that? See how it fell off? So I added some smoked paprika. I did some cumin. I did oregano. I added some salt. It's spicy and I've been tasting it a lot. And it's all just kind of cooking on the stove. I put it on super low. All this chicken's obviously just gonna fall apart. I need something else because it's too hot to handle. It's too hot to handle. But I'm gonna save all this, and essentially my bones are trash now. So unfortunately, I could save them and make bone broth later, but I did already do that. So we're good to go here. If you make this on the stovetop, you should absolutely save those bones if you're just cooking it for 30 minutes or something, and then make bone broth with it later. We're gonna break that up. Let me get something. Hold, please. Okay, we're gonna power through. I decided we're gonna power through. Okay, so my meat is already fall apart tender, as you can see. So good. I'm not a big fan of white meat. So what I did was dark meat and white meat. This is personal preference, remember, there's no rules in the kitchen. So you do whatever you like, just make sure you get all your bones out of there. Also, the recipe with the pork sounds so good. You would just get a big pork shoulder and sear it off and then cook your big chunks of pork in your broth. I'm giving the dogs the scraps. I wish y'all could really come over when I cook. I mean, that would just be the joy of my life. Okay, so make sure you don't leave any meat here. But I mean, look at what we're getting at here. Gorgeous. And I'm just gonna sink it into the soup and then that's it, the soup is done. So when you kind of break it down into easier parts, like make the broth separately and then make your salsa, you're done. Normally this would have taken me like 5 hours. I have no idea how long I've been cooking. I wanna say like an hour and a half. I'll tell you accurately at the end how long it took me, but see these little bones? You do not want that in a big bite of soup. Chill, Manu. Okay, so The best part of soup, any soup, is going to be the garnish. So in this one, we're gonna do pickled jalapenos. And again, I told you I have queso fresco, and the traditional, we're gonna go radish. I have avocado, tons of cilantro. What else are we gonna put? Oh, cabbage. I got purple cabbage. I know traditionally it is served with green cabbage, but I just prefer red cabbage. I also have red cabbage in my fridge. So we're gonna use what we have, and that's what we're gonna do. And then you get this beautiful spicy bite of soup with all this chicken, that homemade broth, the homemade salsa. It's so spicy, and it's completely cooled off with those cold crunch of cilantro and cabbage. I am so here for it, and really, really, really glad I was inspired to make this. A friend of mine told me this weekend, you should make a stew. And I was like, you know, I don't know how we got to pozole, but we did. And I'm so into it. I've never even bought dried chilies like that. And I just want you guys to know that, because I don't want you to be limited in what you cook. There you go, chicken. Based on, you know, what you've done before. Sure, do what you're good at. Do what you're comfortable at. Y'all see me cook wild caught cod like 6 times a week. But that's for calorie intake purposes, not for deliciousness. This is something I've never made before. Hell, I think I've only even eaten pozole once in my life. But I love it, and I want it, and that's how we got here. Now, I think, oh no, here's a lot more chicken. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, and then y'all, we're done. All we have to do is chop our garnish. If I were a smart chef, I would have done that earlier, but I was also making dinner and all kinds of other things. So I'm gonna plate up a big fat bowl and show you what we have. Thank you for cooking with me. We did pozole the sugar-free way. Thank you for joining us. Here we are. Big, bright, beautiful. I'm gonna have a big splash if I splash this, so I'm not. But I'm gonna put it in here, and then the soup is done, guys. That's it. Red chicken pozole for the win. You know, to be honest, I don't know if I made enough. I have enough soup for 2 weeks. So tell your friends, come eat. Look at this. Celery, onion, carrots, tons of garlic. So much chicken, hominy. We have all those chilies in here. It is so delicious, so healthy, homemade stock. We know everything that's in this soup. It's hearty. It would be really great if it were cold outside, but you know, here we are. Okay, garnish. You wanna see how I garnish? I will show you. Cilantro, big bunch of cilantro. If you just run your knife. Hello, hi, did I just change your life? You can also eat the stems. Stems and cilantro are delicious. So what I'm gonna do is roll all this up and chop it up, because I'm gonna take this to work and eat it all week. So I like to just do a bunch of garnish, and then I keep it in one big bowl, and that's it. You run your knife through it. You don't leave it whole. Do what you want. Do whatever makes you happy. You could even throw this in the food processor and dice it up. Whatever brings you joy, do that. All the time. All the time. Okay, cilantro, done. Green onions, throw the tops away. Ooh, and I have a huge planter outside that I stick these into so that we can grow more, so we don't always have to buy. Green onions are my favorite. One of my friends said, if I had $1 for everything you garnish with green onions, I'd be a millionaire, and it is the truth. I went on eggs and soup and meat and steak and tacos and everything. So tons of green onion here, and then radishes. There's nothing to this. I just thought y'all might like to see. So radishes come in a bunch like this. They're dirty. Radishes grow in the dirt. So make sure you wash them really, really well. In fact, I don't even know if this puppy's clean all the way. I just cleaned the kitchen. I'm dirtying it again. I'm telling you, the work never ends when you're cooking. So here's what I'm gonna do. You do whatever makes you happy. Teeny tiny, thin little radish feathers, okay? You can like see through it. They're peppery and delicious and crunchy, and the perfect thing to put on top of a really spicy soup. Ta-da! I buy a huge can of those jalapeno peppers, and then I keep them in a jar in my fridge because I love them. And then I just always have them. I buy a jar too, but this way you get the whole seed into it. That's it. Avocado tomorrow, queso fresco maybe. The options are endless. You could do sour cream, you could do crema. Oh, cabbage. I'm telling ya, hold on. So for my cabbage, there's no rules. I'm just showing y'all what I do again. I want big chunky pieces like this, like a big bite of cabbage. So ta-da, here's my garnish. How long did it take? 1 minute?